What's up, everyone? I have a game for you today using the same UU offensive team with, the fucking man, Gigalith, and all their friends. And this one, again, from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder, which I kind of got screwed over at the start of the game, but I managed to use some smarts and managed to kind of work my way back in to things. So we'll see how that goes. So against doobleb, and he's going to lead off with a Flygon, which I'm predicting I probably choice scarfed, but I just think, like, on the off chance that he isn't scarfed, I'm going to stay in with Ninjask and see if Ninjask can outspeed a Choice Scarf Flygon on its own, but it can't. So unfortunately, though everyone does love him, the fucking man's going to die on the first turn, which is a big shame. But it's going to have to happen. So I'm going to go to Nidoking here, and I know he has to switch. He's Choice Scarfed, he's locked into Stone Edge, he's not going to stay in a Nidoking, and the most obvious switch on his side is his Empoleon. So I'm going to predict that Empoleon switch and go for the Earth Power. So now I'm in a bit of a better footing. I got him in a bit of a more pressurized situation, and at this point it is fairly obvious that he's going to go straight back to Flygon again. Now, it was a potential that he could predict me to predict that and therefore stay in, but I was thinking, you know what? It's early game, he still wants to keep Empoleon, so I predict him to go back to Flygon, nail him with an Ice Beam on the switch in, and I am looking really nice here because I've dented one of his main walls in Empoleon, taken out that Flygon straight away, and I'm back on form, even though the fucking man is dead, unfortunately. So I see Swampert, I think I can't really kill it, and he's probably going to Earthquake or Waterfall, one of the two, so I'm going to go to Azumarill to take it, and this does a lot of damage. That almost kills me, which shocks me completely, because Azumarill is really bulky, but clearly from that damage and from the fact that he went for it twice, shows me that he is a Choice Banded Swampert, and Swampert actually has a really nice niche as a Choice Band user in UU, definitely very powerful, and it hurt me a lot. Takes out Azumarill, which is a big pain in the ass. So I'm going to go into Hitmonchan and go for the Drain Punch on the Swampert, hoping just do as much as I can to that thing, and he switched out to Deoxys, which is a very nice thing to take on my Hitmonchan. I can't do too much against it. I only have Bolt Beam punches and stab moves, and his stab, he obviously resists my stab, sorry, is what I meant to say. So I go to Gigalith here because I'm thinking, you know, as long as I can land a Toxic on Deoxys, then that thing is going to be a lot easier to deal with. I just want to poison it, let that rack up a little bit, and manage to get Stealth Rock up after that and see how that goes. I'm not really too worried about him setting up Spikes and Stealth Rock, because the way that this team works is that switches aren't really necessary. It's kind of, you go to a threat and use prediction to kind of get your way around things. So that's kind of what I'm banking on here. I don't have a spinner, of course. Like, I don't really have room for one on the team, and I don't really need it. It kind of takes away from the offensive momentum that I'm trying to create by having something defensive to spin away. So I'm just going to set up rocks here because it's the obvious thing to do, and I haven't got them up, and it's going to be beneficial against him. So I might as well just throw them out there. He throws his out after a couple of layers of spikes, and at this point I'm thinking, you know, Gigalith's pretty much done for. I don't really care what he does at this point. I just want Deoxys to die. So I'm just going to stay in here, just smack him with Rock Slide, smack him with Earthquake, just do as much damage as I can, hope that poison racks up and eventually takes him out. So he's actually going to go for a Psychic here. I'm not quite sure why he didn't recover at that point, but maybe he thought it was kind of past the point of trying. He's got up his layers what he needs to, and Toxic is eventually going to kill him, even if he does keep recover stalling. So not really a big deal for him to stay alive, I guess. So I think Toxic almost takes him out here, doesn't quite do it, but he's going to use his final lifeline to lay up a third layer of spikes. So now he has pretty much every hazard on the field, barring the Toxic variety, and he thinks he's in a pretty good position. But I'm not too worried personally. You know, these hazards aren't going to be too big of an issue for me, so not too worried about it whatsoever. So he brings in Empoleon, and it goes for the Scald. I know defensive Empoleon shouldn't be able to take me out with a Scald. At least I'm hoping it won't be able to. I'm hoping to live it, but I don't live it. I thought that was going to follow the tradition of Gigalith being critted, but no, it just kills me plain out. I expected to live, and I don't, so unfortunate that he managed to do that, but it allows me to go into Hitmonchan to really put some offensive prowess on him, because he no longer has Deoxys as a safe switch in. Nothing wants to switch in and take a Drain Punch at this point, so I'm going to go for that, take out the Empoleon, and that's another big thing out of the way, just got rid of, and generally going to be very useful to get that thing out of my way. So he goes into Raikou, and I'm thinking Thunderbolt will probably kill me, so I could Mach Punch, but I'm thinking he may predict me to switch and not go for the T-Bolt and instead, switch up his moves. And he does, in fact, decide to change his move. He goes to Aura Sphere instead of T-Bolt, and I managed to get the Drain Punch off and kill the Raikou. It is a Life Orb set, so, it's not going to be very defensively invested, not going to be like a Calm Mind variety, at least I don't think so. But I don't actually manage to take him out there. He actually lives with like a smidgen, and so I'm going to have to Mach Punch finish him off, which is not a problem because that's pretty much what Hitmonchan is built to do. That is how he rolls, and that's what he does. So he brings in Houndoom for reasons unbeknownst to me. Like, I don't know why you would do that. I have Mach Punch, and you're dead. So bye, Houndoom. I do like Houndoom. It's one of my favorite pokes. Like, not competitively, just in terms of nostalgia factor, if that is even a category by which to judge things. But yeah, it's unfortunate that it's not as good competitively, but I might use one in the future just because it's cool. Anyway, Drain Punch the Swampert. Take a lot of HP back, but it's not going to be enough HP to live a crit Earthquake, which he pulls out the bag on Hitmonchan, and I unfortunately die. I'm not sure if I would have lived that normally or not, but turns out that I don't live it anyway because he just kills me. So in comes Nidoking. I believe Swampert is his last now, so I'm going to be able to go for the Earth Power, take that thing out, and put myself in the victory seat as I'm actually able to win again. I don't know how this team is working, but apparently it is working, so it's okay. I do intend fully to change it up, add maybe a Deoxys there as opposed to the Gigalith, and maybe change some other things as well. We'll see. But it's fun to use, and I have a lot of enjoyment using it. So I guess that's going to be it. I'll see you guys next time, and comment, rate, subscribe. I haven't said that since like 2008. Wow, man, been a long time. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed, and check out the Tumblr pages, all listed below in the description, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.